This joint subcommittee hearing will come to order. After recognizing myself, Chairman Shabbat, Ranking Member Deutsch, and Ranking Member Falamo-Vega for 5 minutes each for our opening statements, we will then hear from our witnesses, and without objection, the witnesses' prepared statements will be made a part of the record. Members may have 5 days to insert statements and questions for the record, subject to the length limitation in the rules. Before I begin my remarks, I would like to convey my deepest condolences to the family and friends of U.S. Army Captain Andrew Michael Pedersen Keel of South Florida, who was killed in action on March 11, 2013, while serving our country in Afghanistan. Our thoughts and our prayers are with his families. The chair now recognizes herself for 5 minutes. Last month, in his State of the Union address to the nation, President Obama announced that the United States will be drawing down our forces in Afghanistan by 34,000 troops over the coming year, and projecting that our military presence in Afghanistan will be over before the start of 2015. The President also announced that our forces will transition into a support role, handing the reins over to the Afghanistan National Security Forces, ANSF, while our focus will be mainly on training and equipping these forces. Reports indicate a remaining residual force of 3,000 to 9,000 troops, while many military commanders continue to push for a more robust role, including the commander of U.S. Central Command, who recommended that nearly 14,000 troops be left behind post-2014. The way forward may be debatable, but we should agree that the decisions must not be made for political reasons. Leaving before stability is assured would not only unravel all that we have worked so hard to accomplish in Afghanistan, but it would undermine the efforts of our men and women who have served so bravely and have sacrificed so much in Afghanistan, like the aforementioned Captain Andrew Pedersen Keel. Without the proper infrastructure, training, and support from U.S. and international forces, Afghanistan runs the risk of plunging into chaos. The national security interests of the United States and indeed of our allies are at stake because of the real threat that the Taliban could retake power and al-Qaeda could reestablish a safe haven from which to conduct operations. Many allies are worried that the drawdown could lead to a significant increase in violence and terrorist-related activities that can further destabilize the conflict. Most see Karzai as an unpredictable leader, yet they are concerned about his possible successor. The U.S. must hold Karzai accountable for the lack of transparency, for the corruption problems that need to be corrected to ensure a successful transition to a viable successor. Afghans' elections are within a year, and electoral reforms are needed to ensure a free, fair, and transparent election that protects human rights and respects minority groups. Karzai's recent actions reveal that he is attempting to play a dangerous but calculated game aimed at appeasing certain Afghan factions by vilifying the United States. Karzai accused us of working hand-in-hand with the Taliban to spread violence in Afghanistan. These inflammatory comments put the lives of our servicemen and women in danger. The commander of the International Security Assistance Forces and the U.S. Forces Afghanistan warned our troops that Karzai, quote, Karzai's remarks could be a catalyst for some to lash out against our forces. He may also issue orders that put our forces at risk, end quote. Karzai yearns to be known as the one who kicked out the foreign invaders, and he fears that he will suffer the same fate as previous Afghan leaders before him who were overrun or executed by the Taliban. This would open the floodgates from Pakistan, a country which has long been an insurgency sanctuary for the Taliban, al-Qaeda, the Haqqani network, and other extremist elements. Pakistan must do more to prevent extremists from using its areas as a staging point for attacks against the United States and our allies in Afghanistan. We must make an honest assessment of our relationship with Pakistan and judge its willingness and capacity to work with us in order to ensure that Afghanistan does not succumb to the Islamist and extremist threat. Pakistan must also do its part by eliminating its ties to foreign terrorist organizations. We must reevaluate our relationship with Islamabad if we are to continue to provide billions of dollars of taxpayer money to Pakistan. Pakistan's stability remains a vital U.S. national security interest, and our relationship is paramount in order to fight regional and global terrorism, to stabilize Afghanistan, and to protect long-term national security interests. Thank you. I will now turn to my ranking member, my friend, my Florida colleague, Congressman Ted Deutsch.
Thank you.